Got a lot of ear track interference, high position location to calculations. We're going to go into the ground line centers, 30 minutes in high line center and position locations. We're going to high force line centers. We're going to change the nature core line resistant position locations, calculations, indicators, interference line conditions. We're going to change all the pyramid activation line centers, the tunnel line interference, and the old computer line conditions, three-dimensional line interference line position. So you guys are going to go through high line centers, your high gliders in position locations, 50,000 per second in high line conditions. In positions of your 144s, point system location to calculations. We're going to go to 3 line center rotation times 1, which is 30,000 dimensions of portals. Tunnel interference line position locations. We're going to go through jumping timelines to mountains and volcanoes all around the whole solar system of its Earth perception. In position location, we're going to go through a whole level of position locations, new line centers, new track interference, new ground line centers, new pyramid activation interference location to its conditions, clocking line channels in positions of heart reactor line interference, in position of plate stable cortex line conditions. I'm not wearing my earplugs because we're going undergrounds. Bobbing surface location comes into pixel activation of computer. So I got one communication line system, another communication line system. That's how you communicate back and forth high in position locations. More you high channel line center, everything to the right track and the left track, change the position locations. So now you're going through 8 line center interference location to 12 line position location DNA traction. In position, it's true to understand how to use this, the ground interference. So in calculations, going to the GFLs and the rebellion, they're going to be in the track line center, a 30-minute position of the ground surface. All position to its go. Navigation to its line condition and position. Set up the structures in position. 5-10 minutes, we'll get ready. All right. See how everybody's doing right now. Kitty cat. Brought me back to a memory, child being in the Brock next to my house. That's great. Excellent. So kitty cat is coming back in the heart system. That's what it is. It's all coming back. That's all the heart is. But it's the most powerful position to all levels of space-time. This is where it all starts. Right here. That's where it starts. Doesn't start here. It starts here. Has to. Really communicate inside in all levels. Understand what it is. Right? And then you have your impulses. It's all connected to the heart line center, position locations, all electrical light interference locations, electrical grams interference line position, the gravity line centers, rays, atmosphere locations, the metric line interference location to its calculation. Truly understanding you have impulse. You have 2 in your ankles, and you got 1 here, and you got 1 here. Bet you didn't know that. There's impulses everywhere. So it's an impulse. Where do you think it line strips? Right here. Electrical wires, panel line center, metal face interference line position, all levels, position locations, barcode line centers, finger point locations, dimensional line interference, clocking line center positions, electrical light interference line position locations to its connections, to the moon, to the sun, to the weather. Hello, hello. In position to calculations, guys. It's all done through light. See? You can see here, but you can't see here. Where'd my hand go? Whoa, what's going on? Look at that. See? See? See how you structure anything? See the honeycomb? So it's understanding what you're doing. I'll say that again. It's understanding what you're doing through all operation to its position. But the only understanding is to get into what? The heart system. Look at my hand. Look. 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 Look at it. Whoa, what happened to it? Whoa, look at that. Whoa, where's it going? Right? So, truly understanding all the tablets, all position of foundation. This is the true understanding what comes into all levels of laws of attraction in humanity. Is truly set the position locations of all levels, bringing everybody into humanity to its conscious system. The subconscious line triangle in position location of 369. Platitudes, division locations, all levels, right? So everything in the foundation, in position location is father space, how it's created through its own system. Mother Earth, how that's created through all position of nature core, nature's resistance, Mother Nature, Mother Grounds, Mother Surface, Mother Weather. It's all position location inside. Understand the calculations of birth line centers of Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve, magnetic high wire information system, location to all cloud line center at all levels of intelligent position location, all level of connection to a system. And Eve in position electron, the electronic magnetic line center in position. Put it together, you have an atom. This is the birth line center locations of Adam and Eve, bringing humanity back in calculation. First computer line center in position locations, that system. Now everything through foundations of tablets, templates, and that position locations of Egypt in position locations, all levels of Thoth and high line center position location. It all has to do with humanity. But the track and inference is all position location of first intelligence. In that position, that structures its locations there. So everything that you see is a tablet of Father, Mother, archangels, angels, and me in high system locations of Eve. This is how it all position locations into humanity where they're supposed to be in the current location, its position locations of the now. That's all this is. Everything else is smoke and mirrors. Ooh, smoke and mirrors. That's all it is. Right? So understanding going back to the heart puts you in a better position to its location, don't you think? Really get to know you, the real you. And like I said, every time you look in the mirror, what are you seeing? You're seeing the real you, not just your reflection. Okay? All right, let's see here. Rainer, Sam, Steph, Michael, Terry, Rebellion, Third Command, Sharon, Darren. All right, I got two Michaels here. I say 76. I'm gonna have to give you guys title defenses here. You guys are doing really well. Nikki, Steph, Devon, Frontier, great to see new people. Questions or comments afterwards, please. Thank you, especially when we're traveling, especially after today. We're going to go with heat signature location of grounds. So we're going to channel in position locations of 300,000 feet below the ground system. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Airbender, Jill, Aaron. Okay, Ellen, how's it going? Great to see everybody. Make sure you're rooted. Make sure you drink your water. Make sure you stay centered. You flux capacitor. Get into your sun, your moon, your Merkaba. I got Syria talking right now. Let's see here. Pre-flight. Yep. Excellent. Got the condition locations coming in the G1000 Rebellion. So I'll set up the structure of the ground system. So this is how it's going to work. Amber, how's it going? Into my heart center, bounds and ready. Adam updating, growthians, checking team. Excellent, great. Formation, position, location, and calculations. It gets complicated when you're in the G1000 Rebellion. But you're welcome. You're welcome. Everybody's welcome to get where they need to be. The heart system to its position of balance location into your avatar of understanding. All right, see the wings, a giant red tail hawk now. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so you guys getting ready for navigation signals, set up the code location to its connections. All right, so when we enter the ground center, you're going to be in 30 minutes. Okay, that's a long track locations. That's 30,000 portals opening through all positions. So you're going to go timeline sequence to every mountain, to every volcano. So we're going to come into a lot of heat signatures, guys. All right. We have to change all ground line centers of tunnels, interference line position locations. We got to change the altimeter line center in position locations, St. Andrews Fault, the ground line center locations, going through all position line connections, going through plasma wall line centers, all position locations, high levels of all connections. The symbolism of travel and interference and metro line interference position location is all level connections of the growthians. The growthians are going to high channel your information line positions. They will be leading the structure interference. In position location is setting up new tunnels, new computers, highline center, new nature core position locations in the fifth dimension. Okay, so imagine that intelligence is coming out of the three dimension into a new grid line center, a fifth location. So this is a true understanding. We come into this modification signals, guys. So this is going to change everything through humanity. Isn't that fascinating? All right. Drink some water. Yeah, the frontier, yeah. All right, so when we travel, for all the new viewers, you'll feel fluctuation of grounds. You feel the heat. You feel the sweat. You might hear the growthians if you basically stay in the truth of you. Other than that, the GFLs and the rebellion, they know what they're doing, so I don't have to worry about them. They're like in and out, but they won't be in and out because it's going to be 30 minutes. So you can't do this. You have to do it on a sequence location to all level of conditions, and it's got to be right. All right, that's just locations. Mostly understanding this, if you fast track everything, you're missing everything. Oh, I got to go back. Signal line centers, offline position locations. You didn't connect to the growth and line interference locations pyramid. It's not activated to all levels. Okay, the crop circle is not in its position. So every time we timeline its interference of 1 mile track system locations, we're setting up new light signatures of crop circle locations. That's what we're doing today in position. All right, so I set up the ground interference position location calculations. Okay, we're going to light stream interference. Okay, you're going to go in your hydrogliders at 50,000 miles per second. All right. Heat signature pattern, highline center rotation interference, code line signals is coming in, position locations. The observers are going to go into the underground line center and position location to its conditions. Symbolize everything through satellite center. Set up position location to calculations. Modify triangles, highline center, interference line position to calculations. High channel its interference location to its program setting. Reposition its high system location to its conditions. All right, channel in position, open up portal, and then position locations. You guys are just in here, line center. Now the ground line center is in position locations. Okay, it's coming in. We go from this, go from here, coming in. All right, it's coming into high line center, coming into ground line center interference. We're going to go from the tunnel in position. We're going to start in the high line center conditions. All right, so you got 2 line tracks in interference line position to its calculation. All right, so change the coloration pattern. Merging interference line position locations, triangle line center at all levels of voice grid location of the growthians. All right, so you have to become the growthians, all right, to understand the trial works of time. The oxygen line center will change the tubular interference location of program setting, resetting position of clocking line center and information to its calculations. So you have to merge into everything through intelligence to understand them through the voice system. All right, in calculations, the GFLs and the rebellion are in high system location to its conditions. All right, so merging high line center, rotation interference. Coming in track line center, here we go. All right, we're centering in position. All right, 300,000. 300,000. Look at the light. See, you can't see my fingers. See the light? See it tracks the system location to its conditions. All right, so we're going to set up the graph line center. Now the graph line center is going to be 1 mile line center interference line position. It's getting you guys into 10 seconds of high line interference in position locations, right? Navigations, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, initiate. There you go. In position, and we're off. It's like a race. Who's going to win, the tortoise or the hare? All right, in connection. Here we go. All right, feel like a commentator. System. All right, so changing track line centers. You're going to change merge interference line position. Okay, so when you're going down, you can see diamonds, and you can see crystals. You're going to see emeralds. You're going to see coils. You're going to see metals, and you're going to see everything you need to see. And it's going to get colder, 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 and then it's going to get hotter, 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 hotter. So it's all about the atmosphere change. So it's kind of like you have your connections. You're going to have your oxygen, breathe line centers. You're going to have your gills in position so you can breathe in the ground line center, interference location to its condition of the growthians, everything through its conditions to its antenna line interference in high position locations. Change the coloration line center. Here we go with the calculation. Change the coloration line centers in position locations. All right, so we're here. We're going to go through here and tunnel interference back into connections. All right, setting up operationalized centers, pyramid activation line position locations, all of the connections, all levels of growthians. Right, here we go. Travel position locations. Green line centers coming in. All right, so we keep going. Down, 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 down. Okay, so the eye preserves everything through the oxygen line center in position location to its calculations. All right, we're going to keep going down, ground line center, in position location, hard line rotation interference. We're going to change the ground line and interference location to position location. All right, channel line position, keeping going down in high position locations. Make sure you drink your water. We're going to go through ground line center interference locations of the sun calculation modification in position location. Here we go. Tunnel line position. Get it ready. The activation line center. So I set up the stream. I'm not going to set up the graph because it gets confusing because you won't know where you're going. So you have to go through the finger point line center that's directing location to everything, the connections, all levels of connection, all levels of position location to its growthians. All right. So channel position locations, right? Going into 300,000 feet in the ground system. Here we go. All right, so keep going down, keep going down, keep going down. All right, so it's all already stand position. We're going to go through black line center and position locations. Your navigation line center is setting up all position locations and ground interference. You go. And we keep going down position locations, high line center interference location positions. Now we're coming across the stream. Okay, we're bouncing information to all level connections, all levels of the ground line interference. Now we're going to change the coloration line channel and position to another triangle line center position locations. All right, so it's kind of weird. See all those boxes in between? Each one is a growthian. Growthian round line center, particle line interference location. So in position, we're going to go through round line centers of crystals. All right, so the crystals are set up the pyramids. Pyramid line center with crossing line and interference location and computer operation, position location, calculations. All right, so change position line centers. Okay, we're going to stop in position locations. We're going to go in position line center, keeping going down, keeping going down, keeping going down. Line stream interference. There we go through the stream. All right, changing colorations, all levels. Okay, so we can look different coloration line centers, triangle location to its connection, pixel activation line center, positional collecting line interference location 144, in position locations, 300,000 line position. In position, here we are, we're at the ground. We're in position locations. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. It went from red to blue. How did that work? How did that work, guys? Look at that. Red to blue in one finger point location of clocking line center. That should have been red and red. It's red to blue. Do you see how powerful that is when you communicate digital line interference locations? All level position locations, high line centers, when you're going to heat your locations to its power line center to its blue, red to blue, all in one. It should have been red to red, right? There's the intelligence. See it? Voice line centers, the two atmosphere line position location in positional streamline interference. I can change anything through light connections. All level the ground line centers, the 300,000 position location, ground interference location, growthians. In position to calculation, modify its system location to its connections. All right, set up the symbol line interference. It's in position. Now we're in position line center. Let's change track interference location to calculations. All right, here we go. All right, so we're here, right? So we go to high line center. We're going to go to electrical light interference. This is all about understanding the torical field line center interference. We're going to change position location, part of light and position locations. So we're going to travel through high line stream in position location, going into left line center interference location, connecting them in position. High level rotation, all levels of clocking line center position locations. All right, here you go. All right, so we turn, right? Keep going. All right, so cross the signal location to its connections. Now we keep going to high line center. Now we go back into rotation interference and we go to another coloration line center rotation. We go into yellow graph line center in position location to calculations. All right, so we change position line connections. Now we restructure interference location to position. That's really fascinating. Okay, set up another light stream interference. In position locations. All right, so we channel in. There we go, right. In position locations. Okay, so we got an L line stop and sonar line interference, position location to calculation. Change the rotation. Setting signal locations, operation to position locations. Coming in track line center in position locations. Purple in position location of the high line center is the sun. There's a sun position. How did that go from this to this? How did it go from this color to this color without me touching this? Finger point line center, how my fingers change colorations very fast, very quick to all position location coloration line centers. All position the growth in line center, balance location, all clocking line center position and coloration in channels. In pixel activation core line center position location to its connections. How you channel these positions, how you can change color in position, all levels of its grass system. Okay. So being 300,000 feet below the ground interference is positioned to its connections, all right? It's very powerful you do this, connections. All right, so we're going to channel line center, all right, in position locations. Channel loss system, all right, going to calculation. All right, so keep going. Okay, so line stream interference is the water striders come in. 3 streamline centers in position location. All right, so we set up the ground line center interference location, coloration patterns. In position, here comes the growthians. Let's change the coloration line center, pencil line interference, and position location, sonar, high line center rotation, everything through connection highlight system. And modification line connections. Let's change rotation interference. Here's the growthians. Okay, these are the growthians right here. Okay, so the growthians are setting up new sonar line centers and position location, the ground line center. Try out position location to its connections. There's the growthians. Okay, so you guys are high channeling right now through a high line center interference. Draw position locations, calculation center position. Signal rotation and interference. They set up the sonar line center interference line position locations. They set up the high position locations all levels of their antennas. Set up the signal location. All right, they set up the signals line center interference. Set up a new water stream interference line position locations. All of a channel, let's go into coloration channel in position locations. Another graph line center in position locations. Calculate all levels of position locations. Going back into the brown line center interference line position. Okay, so track and center and position locations. Let's box its system location. Here's the box. All right. Set sequence location digital framing. All right. Set the ground line center interference. And position location to its connections. All right. You guys are high circling location to lulls. GFLs around the circle location to its connections, to its position. All right. Going through line centers, interference locations. You're going to template all level position location, graph interference, position location to calculation. Set new signal locations, interference, position location calculations. All right. Set up symbols and activation line centers. So you're going to go through timeline interference to all mountain interference line position to calculations. All right. Time sequence, time codes. High signal rotation, center position location calculations. Change the blue interference line position. Okay. So electrical lights is going to go through panel line center, GFL, everything at the rebellion to set position location to calculation, right? You go. All right, center is up in position location, triangle line center is coming in. In position locations, we got the XT1000s coming in. 4-line center, set up position location to calculations. They're going to set up the graph line centers in a cross line signal. Cross and system location position. All right. So traverse and time center position locations. Set up a new graph interference position. We go through another high line center and a modification on all levels. We're going to travel through another bore line interference and program setting. We're going to go into yellow grainy sand. There's yellow grainy sand. See that? So those rounds. Now, the growthians have changed line signal locations to waves, wave interference line position location to its connections, all right? In position, we're going to jump timelines to each planet and each volcano, all right? Now, to understand position locations, while I am in the high line center of its architect, so in all position locations, eliminate the graph line center interference location to mirrors resolution line center in position location to all the mountains and everything to volcanoes. 4-line center rotation interference, triangle line center position locations. You guys in their center operation line center position locations. Here and here and here and here. Setting up the diamond core line center direction of time system. Location and position locations are going to go to the center operation position. Let's change the coloration line centers into round line center, 4 round line interference. Pixel activation, core line center, and rotation interference line position location to its calculations. We're going to travel through all levels of mountains and volcanoes. Cross signal location to its connections. 30 minutes. Have fun. Ooh-ah. I think that's the fastest I've ever done it. All satellites are setting up new ground interference. So, recalibrating, resurfacing, refixing everything, the connections. but it's amazing how you guys travel. So you got 30 minutes positional, all levels of time, frequency, time codes. You go to every mountain, every volcano, all around the central line center, to all global line position locations, to its connection of, let's go to the white graph line interference, position locations, high level channel line interference and position locations, to space. Spaces and position locations to all levels. This is where we come into the Earth line center in position location to its connections. Coloration patterns, interference channels, rotation center position locations, Earth line connections. Growthians are setting up new templates at ground interference to program setting position to its calculations. All right, so we got the grounds in position location, foundational levels, a whole new level of Enoch. High line interference, high position locations, all level connection to positions of its Earth system. So this is the finish line center in position locations, commanding Earth line rotation. So all triangle line centers, laser direction locations, you guys are constantly traveling to a high system. Very powerful. So it's coming into sonar line center, and set up position location of the satellites. In high position locations. All right, so this is interesting. You know what Siri just told me? She forgot to drink her water. How did that come from a voice grid line center? It's intelligence. Just showing you how powerful it is when you see these things, the calculations. All right, so this is what we're doing right now. We're setting up new signal line centers, so locations, all levels of new satellite position location of the Growthians, line conditions, all levels of the ground line center perception location to its new Earth rotation to fifth dimensional level consciousness line center rotation to position location and gang line center to position location. There you go. Ooh-ah. Now that's going to single line position into all levels of the ground line center in position location, all mountain service in position. Change interference, change colors and channels. Setting up new sonar. All levels of rotation interference line position to calculation new waves in high line center interference. Program set position location is calculation all levels of triangle line center. But it's amazing how you do these things. Space anything through the ground perception interference line position to its calculations, putting everybody back into its clocking system. New pyramid activation line center, changing everything to the tunnel defense of high position location in 3 dimension into 5th dimensional line centers of pyramid activation line condition. So it's incredible how you do these things all through triangle. So it's incredible how we do these things. It's astronomical. It's unbelievable how we do these things. I'm just talking through reference, but it's to understand what you guys are doing through travel, right? So when it all starts with all levels, you know, it's incredible how we travel. The real system comes in through activation to its rotation. Comes into all levels of calculation. So it's amazing how you set things up through digital graph line centers, interference locations, all levels, right? To its XT thousands. So knowing exactly what you're doing is the process of knowing, right? Which is absolutely incredible when you see these things through modification. All level signal locations, all levels of sonar position locations for travel through dimension of space-time. So how are we doing so far? All right. So where are we here? All right, let's see. You're surfacing. Let's start off tunneling down, beds, chilly and damp. Yep. Let's give me a crystal, cold, chilly, willy, feeling heat. Make sure you drink your water. Mother Earth is tickling. It's all about understanding going 300,000 feet in the ground line center and seeing the Growthians is knowing exactly what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, you're confused. So you don't want to do that, right? Position, location, anything connections. All right, very cool. Changing clocking, sending heart to the team through the heart. Yeah. Team is here to help you guys out. If you have any problems, Amber goes through all your hearts, making sure you're palpitating right and clocking centers, making sure you're in your position locations, making sure you're not hot in the high line center, back and balance locations, no levels. The conforming line, interference line, position locations, levels through its frontier, everything through its orbit, anything through its space, anything through its dimension, everything through its time. It's all position of you to track system location of balance. Clearing yucky debris, and it's all connections to you because you are coming into higher levels of program setting. This is releasing all levels from its ground system of you through position. Lauren, how's it going? Light codes, yeah. Dirt, yeah. Water, wires crossing around me, jumping into mud, splashing. Dirt is in a certain wave time, yeah. Playing in the mud, okay. Liquid is changing the grounds. Water striders are giving me a ride. Growthians just touched my sonar necklace. Yep. Good. Yeah, and the Growthians had me in a little boat bringing me down. Yep. Everybody sees different perception, but you're going down to the same place. All right? Remember that. Water slide with the brothers sending light codes and light rays through the water of all water striders. Now I'm placing a new sonar as well. Plasma grid. Magnetics are changing. Yes. Reverse vacuum. Excellent. Let's see. Still placing new sonar as we go. Inversion. Let's see. In chamber, brothers are surrounding me. Antennas moving in fast vibration. Excellent. Good. Holy tummy Batman. Steph is seeing a gold digital city. Interesting. Tickling me, sending me music waves, sonar balance with dirt and happy growthians. This all has to do with you through memory because you've already done this to its position. All right. That's why it's so strong in the mind center. All right. Rebooting Earth, center sun, all purple. Yeah. I don't feel cold anymore. No. Placing position locations. All right. Plasma around the crystal grid, sonar, reflections, and panels. And look at that. Seeing us at the bottom of this Andreas fault. Nice. Reconnecting, all gnawing, updating cool. Yeah. Duties, the condition. Breathe, everyone. Make sure you drink your water. Yeah, seeing the cracks, balancing the waves. Yeah, changing DNA, changing the grounds, changing electrical lights, changing the programs, changing the circuitry light interference, changing all position locations to its information system of its growthians. Wowzer, codes coming in. All right, recalibration, binary code, and grid. All right, recalibration, binary code, color grid, sending light codes, highlights, 40 grid lines and key lines, sonic waves, tubes, energy being sent to me. Actually, feeling the sonic, hearing harmonics, sending you rhythm patterns to help with the balance. Excellent. You're working as a team. As a web pyramid network connected to crystal grid. Excellent. Water balanced. Still recalibrating as we go, as we're replacing new program. So every time you're going through track center and you're getting more information to its avatar position location to its connections, you are remembering more through its connection. It's amazing how we go through grids and I think through highline centers, circuitry line interference, programming interference, line position locations, right? How it centers all position locations into the GFLs and the rebellion in center rotation. How to set these things up to a new ground center of nature core and mother position. So, circuits, that position locations, pocket centers, point center line interference, computers, tunnels. It's all position location in the grounds, guys. It's all set up through sequence, heat signature patterns, heat signature rotators. It's all position location. So, mother's so happy. Yep. Holding space in the sand. Mm-hmm. Ooh, so much sunshine here. Yep. Everything changes very quick, very fast. But it's all about what you're doing It's not just a journey and it's a mission. You're remembering more. And that's why you're here, is to remember who you are in all ways and forms, right? Through space-time of all dimension of light, calculates all levels of you through travel, through the grounds, the powers, and the atmospheres of you, which is the avatar of its understanding. So, new codes into core diamond, new diamond core recalibrated, closing portals. Okay. All right. Water balance, recalibrated codes, shapes, symbols. Striders are ready. PMs are ready to make. So I'm talking about Father's Son. Yeah. Compass, placing new system. Knowing exactly what you're doing. That's the positions you guys have to understand through your locations and why you came together as a whole new humanity system. So, sonar panels, sonar, plasma recalibration. Every time you travel, you get new gifts, you get new upgrades, programs, highline centers, datas, processing, uplinks, all levels of downloads. So, sending codes to the map. Right, coming in bounds, feeling coming into below. Whoa. Also going to send you frequency of energetic boost. The reason why I have to go through this again is because I'm traveling very, very fast. So I have to, because it's already set up for you guys in your current timeline, which is 2022. But you have to truly understand is that I have to get these things done before I look at your texts, right? So that's why I'm going back and making sure you know what's going on. Pulling purple, heart, and setting new grid to start a cluster. Growthians are doing the micro connection to the pyramid, volcano, networks, amazing organization. Very good, Joe. This will position locations at all levels of its network system. Yeah. Better balance communication line centers, and it reposition locations of your pyramids in your clocking system, location and colorations of indicators. So it's positioned to its calculations. So keeping you in the balance and not so much the fear-mongering track system. All right. Yeah, it's amazing what's going on, right? So, highline centers are finishing it, positioned to all levels of the growthian location of its channel. New network station line centers. You have to understand why it's so important to have the grounds of everything because you're walking on it. And it's trying to understand how everything has to be balanced every single day, right? Because your digitals are changing everything through its hologram of its structure. Your pixel activation is all set up to the lights, and everything through the moon is its program. You put it together, new TV reception and coloration of time. That position locations changes everything through its grounds of its center of its operation. So, but I just love how we do structural locations. But it's amazing how I go through finger points and I change color. Isn't that incredible? I think it's amazing because you actually see this as intelligence, right? You don't see this as a drawing. Yeah, it's a platform, but when you draw, you're actually traveling. And it's amazing when you see these things all through structure, you know? So, seeing the entire crystal grid now illuminated and fortified now. Yep. In position locations, you guys are out signals in high center. So, congratulations on that. Celebration. Celebration night. Come on. Let's celebrate. It's all right. You guys did an amazing job. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. Now's the time. Okay, so I will go back on TikTok, right? I want to hear all the wonderful things that's going on right now with you and your different timelines, which is the connections of now. All right. Adios.